Imagine becoming the best referee in Africa. Imagine making history as the first Somali referee ever selected for a FIFA World Cup. After years of hard work, your dream finally comes true. You board a plane, arrive in the United States for the biggest football tournament on earth, and then everything falls apart. You are stopped at the airport, questioned for hours, denied entry, and sent back home. This is the shocking story of Omar Abdulkader Artan, the man who rose from the streets of Mogadishu to become Africa's top referee, only to see his World Cup dream slip away at the last moment. For many young boys in Somalia, football is more than a game. It is hope. It is an escape. It is a dream of a better future. But Somalia has faced decades of conflict and instability, making it difficult for sports to develop. Yet one young man refused to give up. Born in Mogadishu in 1992, Omar Artan developed a passion for football from a young age. Unlike many youngsters who dreamed of becoming star players, Artan found his calling in a different role. He wanted to become a referee. It was not the glamorous path. Referees rarely receive applause. Fans criticize them, players argue with them, and one mistake can make headlines around the world. But Artan embraced the challenge. His dedication paid off when he became a FIFA-listed referee in 2018, opening the door to international football. The years that followed were remarkable. Step by step, Omar Artan climbed the ranks of African football. He officiated domestic matches, then continental competitions, then bigger and bigger games. In 2024, he made history by becoming the first Somali referee ever selected to officiate at the Africa Cup of Nations, Africa's biggest football tournament. For Somalia, this was a huge achievement. A country that had rarely been represented at the highest levels of world football now had one of its own on the international stage. But Artan was not finished. He continued impressing CAF and FIFA officials with his professionalism, fitness, and decision-making. Soon he was handling major matches in the CAF Champions League. He even became the first Somali referee to oversee a continental final. By 2025, he had become one of the most respected referees on the continent. Then came the ultimate recognition. CAF named Omar Artan the best male referee in Africa for 2025. Think about that for a moment. A man from a country that had struggled for decades had become Africa's #1 referee. It was an incredible achievement, and an even bigger moment was about to arrive. In April 2026, FIFA announced the referees selected for the World Cup. Among them was Omar Artan. History had been made again. For the first time ever, a Somali referee had been chosen to officiate at the FIFA World Cup. The news sparked celebrations across Somalia. Government officials congratulated him. Football fans praised him. Even Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud described Artan as an inspiration for the country's youth. After years of hard work, the dream was finally becoming reality. The biggest tournament in football awaited. But nobody knew that a devastating twist was coming. As the World Cup approached, Artan traveled toward the United States. He had reportedly obtained the necessary visa and FIFA documentation. Everything seemed ready. Then, after arriving at Miami International Airport, he was stopped by immigration authorities. Reports say he was questioned for around 11 hours. Instead of joining fellow referees preparing for the World Cup, Artan found himself detained and unable to enter the country. Eventually, he was denied entry and sent back to Istanbul. The decision shocked football fans around the world. FIFA later confirmed that Artan would not be able to officiate at the tournament because he had been denied entry into the United States. His dream was over before the tournament even began. The man who had worked his entire life to reach football's biggest stage would never step onto a World Cup field. The story of Omar Artan is both inspiring and heartbreaking. Inspiring because he proved that talent, dedication, and hard work can take someone from Mogadishu to the highest levels of world football. Heartbreaking because just when he reached the summit, circumstances beyond football prevented him from fulfilling his dream. Yet perhaps this is not the end of the story. At just 34 years old, Omar Artan still has many years ahead in refereeing. And no matter what happened at the airport, nobody can take away what he already achieved. Africa's best referee, the first Somali referee at the World Cup selection stage, and an inspiration to millions across Somalia and beyond. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Do you think Omar Artan should have been allowed to officiate at the World Cup? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.